Hello everyone, I am Roma Ludrik, working as an assistant professor in Devgiri Institute of Engineering and Management Studies, Aurangabad. Today we are going to talk on listening skills. As you all know that God gave us 2 ears and one mouth, so we can hear twice as much as we say. So nature has given to human beings 2 ears and only one mouth. It indicates that listening must be twice as important as compared with speaking. Every person requires information that comes through process of listening. So listening is a very important skill because listening comes first. Listening is much more complicated than the physical process of hearing. See, there is a difference between hearing and listening, and that we are going to see in this lecture also. But remember that listening is very important to attain or to acquire or to get the knowledge of any language. So communication of any kind must include both transference and understanding of various aspects of the meaning of the word and sentences spoken or written. In listening skill, perfect communication is that through which thoughts and ideas are transmitted in such a way that a certain mental picture is created in the mind of the listener, and the said picture synchronizes with the one in the mind of the sender or speaker. So listening is an art, and in communication both sender and receiver plays very important role, and main role is played by the receiver because he is going to listen the message and then after he is going to give feedback. And for that communication is not going to complete without feedback, and for feedback you have to listen. So let us see how listening skill plays very vital role in the process of communication skill. So in this lecture we are going to see the definition of listening, objectives of listening, importance of listening, process of listening, what is the difference between listening and hearing, types of listening, barriers to listening, and I would like to suggest the tips for being good listener. So let us start with the definition of listening. So listening is the active process of receiving and responding to spoken and sometimes unspoken messages. So listening as an activity that can be turned on and off consciously and unconsciously. So it starts with the receivers becoming aware that they should listen and become attentive to what is being said. Listening is a process of receiving. Not only we are going to receive, but after that we are going to interpret that, and then we are going to react. See what is the role of the receiver. First he is going to receive the message, then he is going to decode that, interprets the message, and then he is going to react the message. So the definition of listening can be said as listening is a process of receiving, interpreting, and reacting to the message received from the communication sender. So, these are the definitions of listening. Through that, we can say that listening is an art. A patient and attentive listening is a compliment to the speaker. If suppose I am speaking and you are listening, this will definitely boost my confidence level. And this is also definitely, it will impact on my speech, that if my all audience is going to listen. So a listener is the main component in the process of communication because he has to listen, he has to interpret, and he has to react. Okay, there can be no mutual understanding without listening. So more about listening. Listening is the most important communication skill. As you all know, whenever we are speaking about language, there are four skills: listening, speaking, reading, and writing. And listening comes first. So, we probably spend more time using our listening skill. I already told you that God gave us 2 ears and one mouth. So, what is the indication of that? It means we have to listen more and more things, and we have to speak less thing than our listening. So, We probably spend more time using our listening skill than any other kind of skill. So like other skills, listening takes practice. So all of you know that there is a difference between hearing and listening. So listening needs practice, and real listening is an active process. So if you are a passive, if you are not giving concentration, you are listening, no, you are not listening, you are then fake listener. But if you are active in that particular process, then and then only you will be a active listener, or it means that you are listening. So listening requires attention. Concentration is very much important in the listening process. So listening requires attention. Now see, the first and foremost communication skill that we learn in our lives is nothing but listening. See, how you acquire your mother tongue. See, remember how you acquire your mother tongue. Only through listening you have recognized the things. Okay, we have not idea about the grammar, we have not idea about the concept, we have not idea how to frame sentences, but only listening, by imitating others, we are going to listen the things, and after that we are going to imitate others, and then only we learnt our language. So how child learns language? Through only listening he is going to learn language. And so our mother tongue is also called mother tongue, because through mother or through our parents we are going to listen it again and again, and we become fluent in that language. So listening is the most important skill to learn a language. Here see, listening 45%, speaking 30%, writing is 9%, writing is for 9%, and reading is for 16%. So most of the time we are going to listen. So always see, listening comes first. Now what is listening? So listening is the ability to understand and respond effectively. So you have to understand the thing, and you have to respond to that thing. Not only understanding, but giving response is very much important. Next one, it is a psychological process. Now there will be question in your mind that how it is a psychological process, because all of you know that for listening it requires attention, and for attention you need concentration. And how our mind becomes stable? Only mind is only psych, no, mind is related, our mind is related. What psychology is? That is the study of our mind. And see, whenever we are interested in the thing, then we are going to concentrate on that thing, then we take interest in that thing, and after that we are going to give attention to that proper thing. So it is a psychological process, because first we are going to receive it, after that we are going to interpret it, and after that we are going to respond it. So it is a psychological process, because our mind is involved in that process. Almost 45% of time we spend in listening. I already shown you the the chart, that is almost 45% of our time we spend on listening, and it is an essential management and leadership skill. All of you know that listening is a very essential management and leadership skill. It is a process of receiving, interpreting, and reacting to a message. So every good conversation starts with good listening, and that is why try to listen well. If you are not going to listen anyone, nobody will listen you. Okay? And for good conversation, if you want to be a good speaker also, listening plays very important role, and that is why listening is very important. Now see, listening means understanding, and on that you have to act. So but there are few simple and basic steps that are very important for the action, and for action it is very important to listen and understand. Okay, and then only you will be able to act. So what are the objectives of listening? So these are the objectives of listening. First one is to learn. Next one is to increase one's understanding. Next one, to advise or counsel, and last one is to relieve one boredom. Now we will see one by one. So, what are the objectives of listening? First one is to learn. See, whenever we want to gain information, what we are going to see, we are going to listen it again and then only we are going to learn the things. Suppose you are in a job, in particular first part you are not having any idea about how to do that job, but afterwards you are going to take some reviews, you are going to speak with your colleagues, and then you are able to do that job because you are going to learn through listening. Next one, it is going to increase one's understanding. See, here we are going to increase understanding. So, through listening, we are going to develop our understanding, because only if we want to understand the things, we have to listen them. Next one, we can advise or counsel, and we can relieve one boredom. See, after listening music, what will happen if you are bored? Then also you will feel pleasantness, right? So that is the very important thing, and these are the objectives of listening. Now, what is the importance of listening? First importance is communication is not complete without effective listening. Now, how communication is not complete without effective listening? See, communication is a process where sender and receiver uh, are involved. Now, sender sends the message, and what is the role of receiver? Receiver has to listen that message accurately. Then he has to interpret that message, and then he has to give feedback. So, for communication, it is very important to listen effectively. Suppose two of your friends are talking, and none of them is not going to listen to other one, and only they are speaking. So whether their communication will be effective communication? No. One should listen, one should speak, afterwards another should speak, and second one should listen. So this is what you have to do in communication. So communication is not complete without effective listening. Next one, an attentive listener stimulates better speaking by the speaker. So a good listener learns more than indifferent listener, and a good listener can restructure vague speaking in a way that produces clear meaning. See, through listening only we are going to realize the real meaning or clear meaning. So whatever communication is, it should be clear and concise, and a good listener learns to detect prejudice, assumption, and attitude. So this is the importance of listening. So listening is one of the most vital aspects of effective communication. Successful listening means not just understanding the words or information being communicated, but also to be aware of how the speaker feels about what they are communicating. In a business organization, listening is a key to successful working relationship among employees and between management and staff also. Listening skills also impact a company's interaction with customers and other businesses. So, the importance of listening in communication is something meaningful to consider. So, good listeners are often some of the best speakers because they have taken the time to find out what people are truly interested in. So, if an individual values what is important to people, then he or she understands how to reach them. So, through listening, we are going to get information, we are going to develop trust, we are going to maintain our reputation, and we are going to reduce conflict also. And listening is going to motivate employees also. So, now we are going to see the process of listening. In the process of listening, 5 things are very much important. First one, you have to receive. Second one, then you have to understand. Third one, you have to remember for that. Fourth one, After you have to evaluate that, that is a judging, and last one is responding. So hearing, learning, recalling, judging and answering, we are going to see one by one. So you will get whole information about that. So in the process of listening, first thing is receiving. So it refers to the response caused by sound waves stimulating the sensory receptors of the ear. But it is very important for you people that you should know about the receiving. So receiving only involves receiving the message. For example, in emailing with another person, the sender will send the message in the receiver's email. The subject of the email may be of great importance to the receiver. The receiver also likes to receive message from the sender. The receiver would like to receive the message. However, if the receiver would not turn on the computer, he or she will not receive it. So the message will remain in the computer between the sender and the receiver. For the same reason, much of listening fails. So the receiver is therefore not connected to the sender. So it is very important to receive the message. Okay, if suppose you are not going to receive the message, process of listening is not going to start. So ultimate, you are going to start the message, and that is why it is very important that you should know about the receiving. Now second one, after receiving, what is important? Understanding is very important. It is the stage at which you learn what the speaker means. So I already mentioned that message may be sent and received, but the receiver has the choice to understand it. Okay, if we take the email example again, the receiver may open the message and read it. If he did it, effective communication is still not in place, because the receiver may have read every word but may not have understood. So understanding of that message is very important. So reasons for that may be misunderstanding, or the real point of the message is missed. So in listening process, second is very important, that you should understand the things. Now after understanding, remembering is important. So it is important listening process, because it means that an individual has not only received and interpreted a message, but has also added it to the mind storage bank. So memorization is held, and it is an essential part of good listening. So short term memory is important in retaining information needed immediately. So this type of memory has high forgetting rate and interruption. So you what is important, that whatever the things that is conveyed to you, so first one, receiving is important, after that understanding is important, and after that you should remember the things. Next one, afterwards what you will do, you will evaluate the things, means you are going to judge the things. So it consists of judging the message in some way. At times you may try to evaluate the speaker's underlying intentions or motives. So sometimes we are going to judge, right? See, sung well, he sang well. So like that we are going to criticize, or we are going to point out. So this is what evaluating, we are going to judging, we are giving our judgments regarding the things, we become critical. So this critical attitude is also very much important in listening. And last one, after that you have to respond. So this stage requires that the receiver complete the process through verbal and or non-verbal feedback. So the listening process may already end with the understanding. However, listening may not be effective without responding. As you all know, the feedback is very important, and that is why there are different types of responses helpful to communication. So you can give direct verbal responses, or you can seek clarification, or you can give non-verbal responses. So it depends on you people that how you are going to respond, but it is very important to respond. So remember again, first one is a receiving, second one is then understanding, then remembering, then evaluating, and then responding. These are the 5 process of listening. Now we are calling as hearing, we are always thinking that hearing and listening are the same, but hearing and listening are very different from each other. So for most of us, listening and hearing are the same, however they are two very different things. So there are considerable difference between the two acts. Now scientifically speaking, hearing is what happens physically. When sound waves meet our eardrums, hearing is mainly done unintentionally and unemotionally. Hearing is merely the recognition of sound. So, hearing is the physiological element of listening. Now, listening is much more complex process that requires conscious effort. It is the process of attributing importance to the verbal cues. So, remember that hearing is a physical process, listening is compared to physical as well as mental process. In hearing, you are passive, in listening, you are active. Hearing is a natural process. There is no skill in hearing, but listening is a skill. It can be learned. Listening is thus an active involvement. Listening needs active involvement, and listening is a much more complex process compared to hearing. So, hearing is to perceive or apprehend by the ear, and we are using hearing to gain knowledge. To listen, we are not going to listen it. So, in listening, it is a physical as well as mental process. We are becoming very much active while listening, and it is a learned process. So we can learn how to listen because it is a skill, and I already told you every skill can be learned. So listening differs from hearing in sense that hearing means just perceiving the sounds, while listening means listening with understanding. So understanding is very important. Whatever you are listening, both the body as well as mind is involved, and that is why listening is a mental process also. Listening is an active process while hearing is only passive activity. So hearing is an effortless activity. There is no efforts, while listening is an act requiring conscious efforts, concentration, and interest. So, listening involves both physical and psychological efforts. Okay. So, this is the basic difference between hearing and listening. Now, what are the types of listening? See, mainly there are two types of listening: active listening and passive listening. But see, there are again some types of listening, and in some listening, passive listening is actually not mentioned, but in discriminative listening or selective listening, some part we are going to do in the passive listening. Through passive listening only, we are going to do discriminative listening and selective listening. So, I have not taken passive listening as a main part, but these are the types of listening. First one is the appreciative listening. Second one is the empathetic listening. Next one is the active listening. Fourth one is the analytical or critical listening. Fifth one is the discriminative listening. And last one is the selective listening. Now, we are going to see one by one. So, first one is the appreciative listening. Now, what do you mean by appreciative listening? See, appreciative, the listener must always appreciate the ideas. Okay, so it is going to listen for enjoyment. So you are going to listen because you get enjoyment. So appreciative listening is where the focus is on enjoying only what one listens. So to get aesthetic delight, or you want to fulfill any goal, you are for pleasure and enjoyment, you are going to listen. For example, listening of music, or you can say it is a or you are going to listen any comedy routine. So describe how well speaker choose and use word, use humor, ask questions, and tell stories. So when the listener listens something for enjoyment and pleasure, such as songs, jokes, stories, it becomes appreciative listening. So appreciative listening is done so with the intent to enjoy the story, music or information being passed on. Appreciative listening is most often done when listening to music, as you listen with only the intent to enjoy the sound that you hear. So here only remember that for only enjoyment, to get aesthetic delight or to get pleasure, we are going to listen something. This is called as appreciative listening. Now next one is a empathetic listening. Now what is empathetic listening? So listening to provide emotional support for the speaker, it is called as empathetic listening. So it focuses on understanding and identifying with a person's situation or feelings, and here we are going to remember, here we are going to build truth, trust and respect. Okay. So, this type of listening leads the listener not only to understand the physical message but also to glance into the listener's state of mind, feelings, and emotion. So, see, sometime in the movie, when the means scene is in some scenes, we become emotional because it is one kind of empathetic listening. Okay. Next one is a active listening. Now what is active listening? So active listening, listening to understand the message of a speaker. As when we attend a classroom lecture, we should be active on that. Whenever we are focuses on accurately understanding the meaning of the speaker's word, it is called as active listening. So it is the process of converting an idea or thought into message with complete involvement. So complete involvement of the listener is very much important in active listening. So listener encourages the speaker to express his ideas enthusiastically by showing interest in the speech. So it is a two-way process where listener plays an active role. An active listener never neglects the physical aspect of the speaker, such as appearance, expressions, and body movements. Okay, so to encourage the speaker, an active listener responds non-verbally by rolling eyes, changing facial expression, showing smile, and in this way he shows that he is listening attentively. So active listening leads to effective and sound listening speaker, and there you know, we are going to form listener and speaker relationship. Okay, so active listener shows his thirst for knowledge and information by asking relevant questions frequently. Now what are the benefits of active listening? So definitely it will give positive result. Active listening allows the speaker to improve communication because one side is aware of others viewpoint. Speaker tries to give his best presentation because somebody is actively listening, and because of that it helps in acquiring useful information and it creates better understanding between speaker and listener. Active listening helps the speaker, especially in an interview, in presenting a problem a person needs to receive as well as gives help. Now, second one is a passive listening. So, passive listening means what? See, antonym of active is a passive. So, it is the process just absorbing the message without any involvement. Passive listening is equal to hearing, and that is why I have not mentioned in as a listening part. It is as a listening part because it is a one-way process where the listener plays no role, and that is why I have not mentioned in this listening. So, passive listening is actually just equal to hearing. Now, next one is a critical listening. Now, what is critical listening? So, critical listening means listening to evaluate a message for purposes of accepting or rejecting it. So, critical thinking, judgment is there. We are going to evaluate conversation. We are going to reach on a particular decision, and we are very much attentive and active approach is there. So, evaluative listening, also called as critical listening, because we make judgments there. Okay, and that is why critical listening or evaluative listening, we call it as a evaluative listening, because we are making judgments there. So listeners have to evaluate the message, listeners have to critically respond to the message and give their opinion. When you listen in a critical manner, you learn to hear the communication and then identify key points and arguments. You might engage in critical listening while in a debate or while attending a political ceremony. So, this is what critical listening. Now, next one is a discriminative listening. So, what is discriminative listening? So, it involves identifying the difference between various sound. It also enables one to differentiate between familiar and unfamiliar language. See, discriminative listening is where the objective is to differentiate between sound and visual stimuli. Discriminative listening is the most basic type of listening, whereby the difference between the sound is identified. By being sensitive to changes in the speaker's rate, volume, force, pitch, and emphasis, the informative listener can become aware of even minute and minor meaning of difference in the meaning. So this type of listening doesn't take into account of meaning. Instead, the focus is largely on sound. So this is called as discriminative listening. Last one is selective listening. Now, what is selective listening? So, selective listening is also one part of, listening. So, selective listening is very important listening, because here you are going to select what to listen and what not to listen. Okay. So, this is this is also called as biased listening, because selective listening is going to be with the lack of interest level, no interest level is there. Okay, and it is not advisable at all. So this is some time of passive listening. So we are going to miss out some important part, listening to announcement for specific information. See, uh, selective listening, one example I would like to give you. Suppose annual gathering is there. Okay, and in annual gathering, uh, organization's annual gathering is there, or organization's annual meet is there, and in that meet they are going to announce the bonus which they are giving to each and every employee. And in that meeting they are also going to see declare the names of the candidates who are going to be promoted, right? And they are also giving all the details of the company's growth during the 10 years, 20 years. See, at the time of during the growth, during the speech, we are not active, we are passive. But at the time of how much I will get bonus, at that time my interest level is going to increase, and I am becoming very much active in that, and I am going to listen that things very actively or with interest. This is called as selective listening. So only the thing where we are very much interested in, that is what selective listening. Okay, so there are some again types of listening, that is a relationship listening is there. Okay, uh, superficial casual listening is there. You can say comprehensive listening is there, but all that things are not so much important. Now we are going to see barriers to listening. Now what are the barriers to listening? So I have divided these barriers into two parts, that is a physical barrier and people related barrier, that is a physiological barrier and psychological barrier. First we are going to see physical barrier. So which are the physical barriers? So first one is a noise, poor acoustics, defective mechanical devices, frequent interruptions, uncomfortable sitting arrangement, uncomfortable environment, and message overload are the physical barrier. Now we are going to see one by one. If suppose noise is there, we are not able to concentrate and we are not able to listen. So this is also one of the physical barrier. If suppose poor acoustics is there, we are not able to concentrate. Next one, defective mechanical devices. You are speaking on mic and that mic is faulty. Definitely it will hamper the listening process. So due to mechanical devices, defective mechanical devices also we are not able to concentrate. So this is also physical barrier. Frequent interruptions are there. If your cell phone is there and you are means someone is going to call you or someone is messaging you, so these are the frequent interruptions, and for because of that you are not going to concentrate. Next one, because of some uncomfortable seating arrangement also we are not able to concentrate on the matter. And for that, comfortable environment is very much necessary in listening process. Sometime if we are going to overload with you with so many messages, you are not able to listen each and every message because already you are overloaded with the messages. So these are the physical barrier. Now we are going to see physiological barrier. So physiological barrier means what? State of health, disability, wandering attention. So first we are going to see state of health. So state of health of the listener and also speaker affects the listening ability. If fever, pain or any other form of bodily discomfort makes it difficult to listen and also to speak. And if you are not able to speak comfortably, listener will not listen. So it will affect listening process. Next one, disability. So hearing deficiencies may lead to poor listening. Similarly, speech disorders of the speaker may make a speech incoherent to the listener. Okay, sometimes wandering means we are going to wander our attention. So you know human mind. It can sometime it is here, after some time it is in America. So that because of that we are not having the attention towards the speech. Now next one is impatience. See, patience is very much important, and for listening, patience plays very important role. If you are not patience, if you are not having patience, you are not able to listen well. Sometimes we are suffering with emotional blocks. Our deep seated beliefs in certain ideas may make it difficult for us to listen. This is what? Emotional blocks. So, these are the psychological barriers. Now, how we are going to become a good listener? So first important thing is give your full attention towards listening on the person who is speaking. Don't look out the window or at what else is going on in the room. So make sure your mind is focused. It can be easy to let your mind wander if you think you know what the person is going to say next, but you might be wrong. So always see, make sure your mind is focused. Next one, let the speaker finish before you begin to talk. So we are having always curious minds. We are enthusiastic people. So uh, remember that, let the speaker finish first, and then after, if any questions are there, if any queries are there, if any doubts are there, you can raise your doubts or questions. Fourth thing, let yourself finish listening before you begin to speak. So you can't really listen if you are busy thinking about what you want to say next. So this is very important, that for being a good listener, these are the tips. So always, for effective listening techniques, encouraging is important. You have the ability to listen carefully, and definitely if you are going to remove all the barriers in listening, you will be a good listener. Next one, always listen for main ideas. So main ideas are there. You have to listen them perfectly. If you are going to listen that main ideas, definitely that will means you will uh, take one conclusion and you will able to judge or evaluate. So always listen for main ideas. So the main ideas are the most important points the speaker wants to get across. They may be mentioned at the start or end of a talk and repeated a number of times. So pay special attention to statements that begin with phrases such as my point is or the thing to remember is. Next tips for being good listener is ask questions. Now there will be question in your mind that how asking questions will give you a competitive advantage. So remember, if you are not sure you understood what the speaker has said, just ask. Asking question is not a bad thing. Or I would like to say asking question is very important things if you want to become a good listener. So you might say, when you said that no two zebras are alike, did you mean that the stripes are different on each one? So this is what you have to ask the questions to the presenter or to the sender, and definitely you will solve your queries, you will able to solve your doubts, you will able to solve your problems. So if you want to become a good listener, always ask question. And last one, very important thing, try to give feedback. I already told you, in the communication process feedback is very important. So only communication cycle is gets completed with the feedback, with the feedback. If you are not going to give feedback, how it will get completed? So sit up straight and look directly at the speaker now and then, not to show that you understand the things. At appropriate point you may also smile. Okay, so these are the non-verbal communication you have to, so that the bond between listener and speaker will be strong. So these are all ways to let the speaker know that you are really listening. You are not fake listener. You are a real listener. So he should know that. So remember, you listen with your face as well as your ears. See, if you with the help of ears you are listening, but with the face you have to show the to the speaker that you are listening. That plays very important role. So these are the tips for being good listener. First one, give your full attention, make sure your mind is focused. Third one, let the speaker finish before you begin to talk. Next one, let yourself finish listening before you begin to speak. Listen for main ideas, ask questions where necessary, and always give feedback. So this is very important thing to be a good listener. And with these tips, you will become a good listener. Actually, I already told you that listening comes first. Most people do not listen with the intent to understand, they listen with the intent to reply. So if you want to if you are giving feedback, if you are receiving the message, you are responding to that, if you are understanding that message, then and then only your listening process will get completed. So it is very important to be a good listener, and these are the tips of being good listener. So in this way we have covered that uh, how the process of listening is there, what is the basic difference between hearing and listening, what are the various types of listening, and also we have covered the barriers, psychological and physical barriers. Okay, and also physiological related to our health. And after that, knowing the barrier, we have also covered the tips for being good listener. So I think you have understood all the process of communication and all the process of listening. Listening is a very integral part of communication. If you want to communicate, you should know the listening process. So it is very important to know all the concept of listening, and I hope you have understood all the concept of listening, the tips for becoming an active listener. So thank you for listening. Thank you so much.